The F-14 Tomcat was featured in several movies, but most famously in Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise. Check out these F-14 Tomcat facts. The Grumman F-14 Tomcat is the definition of supersonic speed, developed by the best of the best. Wait, what does that even mean? Bringing physics and geometry into play, the American Navy designed a variable aircraft with wings that had the ability for lift maximization during takeoff and drag minimization in times of high-speed flight, creating an image of absolute supersonic beauty. Grumman had a scholarship program which encouraged champions to be included in the making of the F-14 Tomcat. This encouraged engineering students to work in different sections of the production sector for a month. The whole arrangement engineered genius brains into designing the aircraft. Subject to constant improvisations, the Bomber Hunter was created for a war that never happened in the history of the world. As you can already imagine, the Grumman F-14 Tomcat is a daredevil in the world of naval aviation. Let's check out 15 reasons why that is so. Number 15. First flight. In the year 1970, F-14 Tomcat flew for the first time on the 21st of December. It was a short flight due to low light and extreme weather conditions, and after 9 days the plane set out for a second time. Crushed minutes after takeoff due to sudden hydraulic failure. The crew members survived that crash. Number 14. Engine with afterburners. The Grumman F-14 Tomcat had engines with afterburners that produced approximately 55,000 pounds of thrust. Due to rectangular inlets, the supersonic air was allowed into the engine, and the installation of portable ramps allowed this engine to accept the supersonic air. The naval aircraft could fly at over speeds of 1,500 miles per hour. Number 13. High-speed aviation. The F-14 Tomcat was brutal for one reason. The engine was designed for high speed and powerful aviation. The one-off hot rod engine, engineered by top brains, could go crazy in 90 seconds from Mach 0.8 to Mach 1.8, i.e., flying almost twice as fast as the speed of sound. Number 12. Paul Newman and F-14. Remember Paul Newman? The first winner of the Sports Car Club of America Championship. The F-14 Tomcat might have something to do with that victory. With the help of an experimental fluid developed by Dow and Grumman, suggested by a friend, Newman fixed the brake issues of his race car. And this fluid also solved a recurrent issue of the F-14. Number 11. Cartoon character named Tomcat. During the early 1970s, Grumman published cartoons. One of the cartoons was a pilot named Tomcat. You get the pun, right? Who was a playboy, and the other character was Rio, radar information officer, who did almost everything except flying. This concept of Goose and Maverick duo was developed as an inside joke. Number 10. Sweep wings. The Grumman F-14 Tomcat's variable sweep wings could be set to distinct angles. This notion was derived from one of the renowned X-planes. The Bell X-5 was rendered as the pioneer that had the ability to reposition its wings during aviation. The idea for adjustable sweep wings came from the Messerschmitt P1101. Number 9. Regulating wings. The sweep wings of the F-14 Tomcat had an extraordinary setting for stopping. While outstretched was best for low-speed mobility, and tucked in was perfect for supersonic runs, getting the wings past a point that would be valuable for flying empowered groups to get the planes tucked neatly together. Number 8. Similarities to Soviet aircraft. The Grumman F-14 Tomcat aviators chased Soviet aircraft for sport. The Soviets would fly excessively close for a bearer's solace, and the fierce F-14 would fly up to welcome it. They would then hover nearby as an escort while going through any new weapons the Soviets may have had. Number 7. Last flight in 2006. The F-14 Tomcat naval aircraft formally flew from the 22nd of September 1974 to the 22nd of December 2006. However, a couple of flights proceeded for another couple of weeks as the planes were transported to their last resting place. The F-14 jet was a U.S. naval staple for a long time to that date. Number 6. Powerful radar. This badass aircraft, Tomcat's radar could follow up to 24 discrete targets at the same time. One reason the plane is so huge is that it can fit such an immense radar framework. At the point when the FA-18 originally turned into the F-14 substitution, however, everything was downsized. Number 5. Long range. The aircraft was designed very intricately with the ability to be deadly at a scope of more than 115 miles. The AIM-54 Phoenix missile was utilized solely related to the Grumman F-14 Tomcat's radar and had a scope of 115 standard miles. Number 4. Costly rocket firing test. An aircraft aeronaut once terminated each of the 6 rockets all at the same time. There was a need to perceive what a Tomcat and Phoenix mix could truly do, so targets were set up, and with a period of 38 seconds, 6 rockets were sent on their way, from which 4 of them made a perfect hit. But it was one genuinely costly test. Number 3. Iranian involvement with F-14. The main F-14 left in administration today are Iranian. Very little is thought about the present condition of the Armada, yet at one time, Iran aviated almost 80, which were requested a couple years before the Iranian Revolution. The F-14 pilot with the most executions is Jalil Zandi, an Iranian. Number 2. Showmanship. Iran purchased the airplanes as a demonstration of showmanship. Back when Iran used to be an ally, Shah was given an individual exhibition of both the F-14 and F-15. He picked the F-14 for purchase. Tomcat's group invented the whole energy-consuming overabundance fuel to cause it to seem lighter, quicker, and nimbler during its run. And at that point, they continued to move the wings to and fro for added impact. Number 1. End of F-14 era. When Iran wasn't an ally any longer, the issue of spare parts turned somewhat embarrassing. There was genuine worry that Iran would buy or source parts from the U.S. boneyard in Arizona. The arrangement was to destroy them, and after Tomcat was resigned, practically all of the American F-14s were destroyed, so Iran couldn't source anything. Today, some pieces are kept in one American museum.